প্রমাণ হচ্ছে টিমটা কিন্তু একই রেখেছে, অর্থাৎ সেই 5 জন বোলারকেই আপনি দেখছেন এবং আপনি মোটামুটি 5 থেকে 6 জন ব্যাটারকে আপনি দেখছেন এবং তাদের উপর আস্থাটা রেখেছে। এবং বাংলাদেশ কালকে পরের দিকে যে পরিমাণ টার্নের খোঁজটা পেয়েছে, তারা ওই টার্নের অপেক্ষা করছে, অ্যাজ ওয়েল অ্যাজ স্কিড। ম্যাথওয়েট বারবার করে এই কথাটা বলছিলেন, স্কিড কিন্তু হচ্ছে বল এবং সেখানে টার্ন হচ্ছে। এবার বাংলাদেশের আমরা 140 145 এর কথা আগেও বলছিলাম, শামসুল ইসলাম তার সঙ্গে একমত হলেন, সেটাতে আমরা উদ্বুদ্ধ হলাম যে
আমরা তো এক জায়গা থেকে একইভাবে মানে ম্যাচটা প্রেডিক্ট করছি, তো এই কারণেই মিলে যাচ্ছে। নাথিং এলস। আমি কিন্তু আপনাদের আলোচনা শুনিনি, আমি কিন্তু জাস্ট এসে আমার মানে শেয়ার করেছি।
অ্যাকচুয়ালি উই আর ব্লেসড, কারণ অনেকটা লম্বা পথ আপনি এসেছেন, সুতরাং সেখানে আমাদের সাথে যদি একটুখানি মিলে যায়, আমরা মনে করি যে না আমরা কিছু হয়তো কাছাকাছি যেতে পারছি। তবে আহমেদ বিন পারভেজ আমাদের সত্যি, তো উনি যে কথাটা বলছিলেন, বললেন যে আমি খবর পেয়েছি, তো টার্নিং এবং লো যদি আরো হয় সেটা বাংলাদেশ দলের জন্য ভালো, কারণ বাংলাদেশের প্লেয়াররা কয়েকদিন আগে এখানে লিগ খেলে গেছে,
এই কারণেই মিলে যাচ্ছে।
পিচ দে আর ওয়েল নোন, কোনো সন্দেহ নেই। সুতরাং পরে ব্যাট আগে ব্যাট, তার উপর বেশি ডিপেন্ড করছে যে বাংলাদেশ ব্যাটিং কতটা ভালো করছে, যেটা উনি বললেন 120 হলেও বাংলাদেশকে ভালো ব্যাট করতে হবে,
সেটার বিকল্প নেই।
এবং ওই যে ডট ক্রিয়েটটা কালকে নাসুম বলছিলেন আমাকে, শুরুর দিকে মাহমুদুল্লাহ ভাই বলছিলেন যে ডটটা ক্রিয়েট করো, আর পরে সাকিব আল হাসান বলছিলেন একটু সামনে বল করো, অর্থাৎ তাকে কিন্তু চেঞ্জ করতে হয়েছে। শুরুর দিকে তিনি ডট আদায় করছিলেন, যখন রানের দরকার তখন ফ্লাইট দিচ্ছিলেন। তো এই পরিকল্পনাটা পারফেক্ট আছে। তো আজকেও ডটের দিকে বাংলাদেশকে নজর দিতে হবে, ব্যাটিং এর ক্ষেত্রে ডটটা কমাতে হবে, বোলিং এর ক্ষেত্রে ডটটা বাড়াতে হবে।
সেকেন্ড টি20 ম্যাচ, প্রথমটাতে 23 রানে জিতে 1-0 ব্যবধানে এগিয়ে রয়েছে 5 ম্যাচ টি20 সিরিজে বাংলাদেশ। আপনারা জানেন প্রথমবারের মতো আসলে এই টি20তে আমরা 5 ম্যাচের বাইলেটারাল সিরিজ খেলছি এবং অস্ট্রেলিয়ার বিপক্ষে প্রথমবারের মতো এই শর্টার ফরম্যাটে সিরিজ হচ্ছে। মাহমুদুল্লাহ হ্যাজ লস্ট 5 কনজিকিউটিভ টস, আমরা দেখছিলাম একটা পরিসংখ্যান, তাও ভালো 5টা টস হেরে 3টা ম্যাচ তো জেতাও গেছে। আমরা জিম্বাবুয়ের সঙ্গে 2টো জিতে এসেছি, কালকে জিতলাম, তো ভালো। অপরদিকে ডিফারেন্ট পিচে খেলা হবে, সেই আপডেটটাও ক্রিকইনফো আমাদেরকে দিল। তো আমরা আঞ্জুম চোপড়ার কাছ থেকে সরাসরি পিচের ব্যাপারটা জেনে নেব।
The gentleman standing alongside me with, especially after winning the first game and for the very first time defeating Australia in the home ground. Good evening, Athar. How are you today?
I'm very good, very good. Thank you very much. First ever T20 international win for Bangladesh against Australia. Wonderful, wonderful feeling to start the tournament. Remember, it is the Bangabandhu T20 series. And to start in that fashion, obviously, people, not only me, Ranjim, make no mistake, 160 million people of Bangladesh will be hoping to get more result in this series in favor of Bangladesh. But they cannot take Australia lightly. They cannot be complacent, and it's important that they go and bat better. I think there are rooms for improvement if you're talking about it. They started well with the series, the bowlers especially.
Absolutely.
Spinners were right on the top of the mark, but I think it's the batting that they need to go in and do a little bit better with the bat.
Yeah, let's stick with the positives. I think rightly mentioned the very first victory against Australia. It's been a while since, of course, this bilateral series has been played, and it's been a while since you saw the real happiness amongst the players, of course, on the ground and in the dugout as well. You could sense that they sensed a victory after that very first.
সাকিব আল হাসান উইকেট পেয়েছেন, মাহমুদুল্লাহ একটি ওভার করেছিলেন, সেখানে কিন্তু তিনি ব্যাটসম্যানদেরকে পরাস্ত করতে পেরেছিলেন। আমি মনে করি এটা একটা গুড কামব্যাক বাংলাদেশের দল, যেন জিম্বাবুয়ের সফর থেকে এসেই জিম্বাবুয়ের জয়ের ধারায় বাংলাদেশ ছিল, সেটাকে অব্যাহত রেখেছে। আজকে যদি অস্ট্রেলিয়া দলকে বাংলাদেশ পরাজিত করতে পারে, তাহলে কিন্তু অস্ট্রেলিয়া দল অনেকটা ব্যাকফুটে চলে যাবে।
ঠিকই বলেছেন, বাংলাদেশ যখন এই ম্যাচটি জিততে পারবে তখন দেখতে পারবেন যে বাংলাদেশের ক্রিকেটের চেহারাই মোটামুটি চেঞ্জ হয়ে গিয়েছে।
এবং তিনজন স্পিনার দলীয় অধিনায়ক ব্যবহার করেছেন, নাসুম আহমেদ, এরপর মাহিদি, এরপর সাকিব। তিনজনই কিন্তু তাদের প্রথম স্পেলের প্রথম ওভারে কিন্তু উইকেট, এবং প্রথম বলেই কিন্তু মাসুম আহমেদের বলে উইকেট। আরেকটি হিট প্রথমে হলো মাসুম আহমেদের বলে আউট হয়েছে, তারপর মাহিদি, তারপর মাহিদির বলে, তারপর মাসুম আহমেদ, তারপর সাকিব আল হাসান। এবং এইখানে কিন্তু 10-11 রানে তিনটি উইকেটের পতনের পর ব্যাকফুটে পড়ে যায় কিন্তু ওই অস্ট্রেলিয়া দল, এবং সেই চাপ কিন্তু আর সংবরণ করতে পারেনি। সেই চাপ থেকে কিন্তু নাসুম কিন্তু কন্টিনিউ করেছিল, এবং শেষ দিকে এসে একটি আবেদন হয়েছিল, ডিআরএস নেওয়া হয়েছিল, সেখানে আউটটি দেননি, দিলে 5 উইকেট হয়ে যেতে পারত। সাকিব নেতৃত্ব দিয়েছেন ব্যাট হাতে বল হাতে, দুজন সিনিয়র খেলোয়াড়। এই যে জুনিয়র সিনিয়রের কম্বিনেশনে বাংলাদেশ এই দলটি কতদূর এগিয়ে যাবে মনে হচ্ছে আপনার?
দেখো, সিনিয়ররা একটা সময় অবসর নিতেই হচ্ছে, সব জায়গা থেকে সিনিয়র অবসরে যাবে, এবং সময়, বয়স একটা সময় মানুষকে জায়গা ছেড়ে দিতে বাধ্য করে। আমি মনে করি সাকিব আল হাসান, তারও বয়স হয়েছে। এই সিরিজে মুশফিকুর রহিম নেই, এই সিরিজে লিটন কুমার দাস নেই, তামিম ইকবাল নেই। তাদেরকে ছাড়াই প্রথম ম্যাচে অস্ট্রেলিয়াকে 23 রানে পরাজিত করতে পেরেছে বাংলাদেশ দল। তাহলে ইয়াংস্টার দল নিয়ে বাংলাদেশ, মাহমুদুল্লাহর নেতৃত্বে যে দলটা এই মুহূর্তে খেলছে, নাসুমকে আমার দারুণ লেগেছে। বাঁহাতি অর্থোডক্স স্পিনার নাসুম 4টা উইকেট পেয়েছে, এবং তার এই উইকেটগুলো আগামীতে নিঃসন্দেহে আরও তাকে উদ্বুদ্ধ করবে আগামীতে ভালো ক্রিকেট খেলবার জন্য।
আমরা প্রত্যাশা করছি প্রথম ম্যাচে, বঙ্গবন্ধু টি20 5 ম্যাচ সিরিজের প্রথম ম্যাচে যে অসাধারণ নৈপুণ্য বল হাতে বোলাররা করেছে, তার ধারাবাহিকতা আজকে টস হেরে প্রথমে ফিল্ড করছে বাংলাদেশ। সেই মাহমুদুল্লাহর নেতৃত্বে সাকিব, নাসুম আহমেদ, মাহিদি, মুস্তাফা।
ফেসবুক পেজে এসে দেবেন কে কোথা থেকে
Grammarly can help.
Missed out that Josh. Juicy full toss. The left hand Alex Carey. Some changes happening in the field. Long off and a deep square. Got extra cover. Cover point. Got mid wicket. Mid on. Short fine leg.
Gives the ball some air. Just induce Carey into just thinking about going for a big shot. See that nod of the head saying that I realized what the difference was in the bowling.
At that time gripped a little. Going with the spin.
Oh yes, right. Boy.
It's been a decent start so far. Just a single run. It's been on the money, Mahdi Hassan. They will have butterflies in their stomach after that stuttering start yesterday.
Oh yes.
from the first game with his 4 wickets, and straight away gets a single off that short pitch delivery.
Bounce match from yesterday. Nasum picked up towards mid-on for a single. It's always for a youngster important to start the series well. Exactly what Nasum did yesterday. See Alex Carey, left-handed bowling. What is going to turn in, understandably so. There's 5 fielders on the leg side, 4 in the offside.
Reversing, getting quite a bit of bat on it and putting it away to the boundary. So that's the innovation they might need to do, and just put the pressure back on the bowlers.
Straight away showing some intent, not letting the 2 spinners settle down. Juicy full toss, Alex Carey watching it really closely, not trying to hit too hard. The placement was very important, exactly what he found. Game on.
Well, the wealth of experience, didn't feel that the Australians would come back strongly in this game after bowled out in the 20 overs, the first one, and this one is going the other way. It's found the fielder. Nasum Ahmed just losing his length on those last 2 balls.
It's very important as batsmen to put the pressure back on the bowlers. And one way to do that, it's exactly the same. Not letting the bowler settle again. This time outside the off stump. Bowlers pitching outside the off stump again. But middle of finding that placement perfectly.
Well, important, as you mentioned, to take the ascendancy, and they've decided right from the word go that they're not going to be bogged down, and that's one way of going about it. An element of risk on occasions with the reverse, but they've just really employed those 2 very, very well, very confidently. And now it's the sweep either side of the wicket.
Gone are the days, Shamim. Go with the spin. It's a big gap at deep mid-wicket. Nowadays, innovation comes in. The second over, 2 reverse sweeps and 2 boundaries.
Just down the wicket and tap and run. That's excellent. Good over. Second one, 10 from it, 11 without loss Australia.
লাইফে সব সময়
Just going on with the arm, but nicely placed. Between that, those 2 fielders, chase on, put it back in.
Good cricket overall. Good hard chase. And the following field as well, following it up. Slightly short this time by Mehdi. Nicely picked the length. Pretty quick by Alex Carey. Not trying to hit too hard. The placement again was very important. Exactly what he found. He's talking about when you chase in pairs. Nicely done, Bangladesh.
Gives the ball a touch more air, a touch fuller. This is good, solid play from the batters. Been playing the ball to its merits. Anything loose, they've bounced upon, tried to innovate. And didn't quite get all of it. Straight to hand. Trying to hit it over the top, got the inside part of the bat, and he strikes again. You can't keep him out, Mehdi Hasan, early on.
1 stroke too much. This time, finding that mid-on field, a pretty easy catch. Alex Carey this time going with a conventional shot. Mistiming it completely. And the mid-on fielder safe as a sound. Bangladesh off the mark.
Combination of Nasum Ahmed with the catch, and he's pretty happy. And off he goes, Alex Carey for 11. Australia 13 for 1.
স্ট্যাচু
an Australian wicket. Marsh, the man who held up despite all the wickets falling all around him in the first T20 international, has to replicate what he did in the first game.
Man in form, looked pretty good in the last game. That was wicket of Alex Carey. One shot too many this time, finding the lonely fielder at mid-on. That's the spirit, Bangladeshi spirit.
And he's perched high up on one of the buildings outside, I think. Got to be careful. A wicket taking over completed. After 3, it's 13 for 1.
এখনো ভাইরাল
Oh, inside edge, so very lucky. Very tentative push at that one. Just gone past that stump.
Very good start by Shakib Al Hasan. Inside edge of Josh Philippe. Playing for the turning ball. Going with the arm. Look at the gap in the pad and the bat. It clearly shows me pretty scared of getting the ball hitting the front pad, moving it away. Very good stuff by Shakib Al Hasan. Nice page, much slower.
And the turn from this one. So it's a nice little mix from Shakib first up with his 2 balls.
The variation, isn't it? Very straight, spinning it. Straight again. What's impressive is his pace. Much slower.
Talking about the out-of-form batsman.
Important point. So many Australian superstars are sitting out. That's good running. The direct hit would have been very close, showing some intent. Coming back to the previous point, Shamim, players of caliber of Aaron Finch, David Vaughan, Steve Smith, Glenn Maxwell, Stoinis, all these players to come in. Pretty sure that Australia will be much competitive come the World Cup time. Good shot, conventional this time. Finding that field, that Shariful Islam at deep square leg. Point what I want to make is the new players getting a chance. Yep, directive would have had him. New players getting a chance, should able to hold on to it.
Waits on that one and please, this is through the covers. 4 runs, that's a good shot for the Australians to finish that 4th over. Australia move on to 20 for 1.
Yeah!
Oh, that's going to be close. Oh, maybe he got a bit of bat to it, did he? We'll wait and see if there's a signal from the umpire. No signal, so I can imagine the umpire thought there was a bit of bat.
I think Mahmudullah Riyad reviewed it. Yep, going upstairs. Looks very, very close to me.
It's going to be an interesting call. Umpire didn't give a signal. Masudur Rahman. Just checking the front foot, no problems with that. You'd expect the spinners to be landing behind, well behind that line. Now the spin vision will tell you initially. Maybe the impact outside off. What do you reckon?
50-50, Shami. That is very, very close. I think it's a good review taken by Mahmudullah Riyad. Too close for comfort to Mitchell Marsh. Beg your pardon, Josh Philippe. All important. Replay coming up.
The ultra edge. There it is. That faint tickle. And Masudur Rahman heard it. He didn't even give a signal of a leg by. So he was pretty sure in his mind that it touched the bat on its way to the pad. An excellent, excellent decision by the umpire.
Absolutely. Good decision. Well picked up. That's excellent first-class umpiring.
Oh, he's got eagle eyes, Masudur Rahman Mukul. Very impressive with that decision. He was not flustered at all. It's good to see. But just the shot attempted there surprised me. This point in time, 21 for 1 in the 5th over, going across the line, trying to whip it through. Big element of risk on that.
T20 cricket is all about risk. Calculated risk is what Australia need at the moment.
Gives the ball some air, and he gives the ball some air to the batsman and tonks it away down the ground for another boundary.
Much conventional by Mitchell Marsh, going straight, very straight, and finding that boundary at mid-on. Look at the base. That's what you're talking about. When you're hitting, have that base and go through the line. Exactly what Mitchell Marsh did.
Release some of the nerves. Going at 5.77 at the moment. Quicker through the air on that occasion. A good stop. Diving to his left. Couldn't stop the single run from being taken.
A very good stop there by Shakib Al Hasan. That's what we're talking about. Pace. Any youngster watching that? Perfect way for a big hit. Didn't get the elevation, but still good enough to get a boundary for Australia.
Philippe, not quite sure of that shot, getting a thick outside part of the bat. Maybe he's trying to change his mind and change his shot at the last moment.
It also just feels like Josh Philippe just in a position where want to go hard but not too sure. And also I don't think being a youngster wouldn't have faced this much of spin bowling in even domestic cricket. That's where the experience comes in.
Indeed. Looks a little nervy at the moment. Gives the ball. Good mix. There's been some flat ones, some flighted deliveries. Ends the over 7 from it. It's 27 for 1.
Mitchell Marsh once again be looking to play a good part. Mustafizur Rahman, the most economical bowler for Bangladesh yesterday. 2 for 16. Back in the attack. And he'll be hoping to repeat what he did in the first T20 international. Matthew Wade winning the toss and this time deciding to bat first. And we'll be hoping for change of fortunes for them. Good evening, Anjum.
Good evening, Athar. Yes, absolutely. Change of fortune. That's what Australia would be wanting from this top order. Josh Philippe wants to make an impression here. Mitchell Marsh, the man in form.
It's uppish, but it's nicely struck. This time it's Josh Philippe. He's picked up a boundary. A touch fuller. And just allowed, a low full toss, but you still have to put it away. So nicely struck in the end to pick up a boundary.
Yeah, loose delivery. First ball from Mustafiz.
They'll be looking to play him out. Mahdi Hassan was the one. Played on the offside most of the deliveries. Over on the dot, and then he tried to play it on the onside, playing against the spin. And a soft dismissal in the end.
Yeah, you can clearly see that he was very comfortable playing the ball to the merit of the ball, Alex Carey. And just when he wanted to force the pace, you could clearly make out that yesterday ball number one he gets out to Mahedi. Today when you come and face the same bowler in front, and this is technically the most correct manner, leaning forward, body weight coming forward on the ball, trying to feel the ball in the middle of the bat, and just when you feel that you're striking the ball well, it's a T20 game, let's force the pace, let's go over the infield, and you play a false shot.
Unbelievable, incredible. What a dismissal. Caught us by surprise, not only the batsman, the bowler, and we're all surprised to see how he managed to initially try to play and then was caught in two minds whether to play and leave it, and then the ball go on to hit the stumps. Mustafizur Rahman picks up another wicket. Yeah, it's the cutter. Yeah, it was just outdone by the slowness of the wicket again. The ball not coming on to the bat, and Mustafizur will be a very happy and pleased man. Well, he has to go for 10. Australia 31 for 2. Australia looking to go and bat a little bit better, but they're still struggling, not only against the spin, but have a look at this dismissal.
Yes, he made a movement towards the off stump. He sensed that the ball is slightly shorter in length and he wants to attack, go towards the onside. Was probably a little confused by the lack of bounce. And then once he sensed that lack of bounce, he realized that he was too early into that shot. So he wants to delay that shot. In the bargain, caught in two minds, decides to leave it. But that time, he'd already exposed his leg stump.
Yeah, outdone by the slower delivery and also the bounce. 32 for 2.
কোন সহৃদয় ব্যক্তি ওনার পরিচয় জানেন?
need to find a player or maybe a pair who would be willing to spend some time in the middle. Strange kind of dismissal, the last one. Caught in two minds. Knowing that the surface will probably be the same one that they played, similar kind of surface. Have a look at this dismissal. Just outdone by the bounce and also the slowness of the ball coming on to the bat. Good piece of bowling. Make no mistake. And I think they need to just have a closer look at what Mitchell Marsh is doing with the bat. A lot of pressure on Australia, already one down in a 5-match series.
The most consistent bowler, the most accomplished of the Bangladesh bowlers, Shakib Al Hasan.
Come boys.
Bowled really well, a very good spell yesterday.
It's coming, boy. Oh yeah.
He'll enjoy the bounce here, or the lack of it, Shakib Al Hasan. And it's about getting used to the conditions, adaptability. You know, as international cricketers, as professionals, yes, we always realize the fact that the moment you get into a foreign land, the moment you're out of the comfort zone, how quickly can you adapt?
Oh yeah,
And there's another evidence of why they're struggling on this kind of a pitch. This time it's Mitchell Marsh on strike. And just playing from his crease is a little bit wide. He's gone through the shot a little bit too early. He's still struggling. It's important not to look for a big shot, but rather to see how they can manage to rotate the strike.
And also lack of foot movement.
We
saw a lack of foot movement stepping down the crease yesterday from the Bangladesh batters.
Oh yeah, that's all mine.
Something similar here from the Australians so far. End of 7, 34 for 2.
Wickets from both ends, it just starts to get so difficult to stay in the game. Fielder at mid-on goes back, long on. And he's going over the top. That is a good shot. That is a very good shot. Shot with a lot of authority and from the man who's been in very good touch.
He likes pace on the ball. It was pitched up right in the zone for Mitch Marsh. Extension of the arms, just gets the elevation required to go over the cover fielder. And a one bounce into the fence.
And it's the new bowler, Shoriful Islam. Knowing that the batsman will be just looking for an opportunity to free their arms. And if they get an opportunity to latch onto it, just like that. It's over the top. And the idea was to clear the infield over the cover fielder. Very good shot. Just a little bit fuller. Allows the batsman to play that shot. You still have to hit it nicely, and he's done that very nicely. One bounce over the fence. Just bowling a bit of a pace here. 134.5 Ks. It's all about taking the pace off the ball, especially on these kind of pitches. Very impressive in that first T20 international, 2 for 19. Member of the World Cup winning under-19 squad. The two players who've made the cut for Bangladesh. One is Shariful Islam, the other is Shamim Hussain Patwari. Now, that was a little bit too full to play that pull shot, wasn't it?
Well, that's why I was looking at his captain, Shariful Islam, that can they send it upstairs for a review. He was pretty confident that the impact was in line, Shariful Islam, that is. It's bowling over the stumps, pitching outside leg.
Once again, a lack of bounce. They have to understand that, batsman. And they need to adapt very quickly. Otherwise, they will be once again in trouble. Good running. Taking the first one quickly and pushing for the second.
Way outside leg stump. I was mentioning about the adaptability part. Mitchell Marsh is a strong player. He likes to stay back in his crease and hit down the ground. He'll be well aware of the fact and the importance of picking up the ones and twos. 43 for 2.
Life is
And they need to bat till the very end and look to rotate the strike. And if there is an opportunity, yes, get on with it and pick up a boundary. Mitchell Marsh on strike. Average in T20 international since the start of the West Indies series last month is 47. So he's the go-to man for Australia. And he's the only batsman who is in form with the bat. So he has to perform. Ensure that he bats through it. 19 of 18 now. He's picked up 3 boundaries. Looked good in the first T20 international also.
Yeah, the hold up is just because the side screen is still showing the advertising board, which is a hindrance. All's good now. Hindrance to the batter while he's facing the ball, not otherwise. Yes, he's been the man in form, and he knows that. Batting at number 3 for Australia.
Oh yeah!
You could clearly see the approach yesterday also that he had. He knew, and he was so unhappy, and rightly so, after being dismissed. It was a man Australia was looking at to taking the team over the line.
Yeah, 45 of 45 in the first T20 international for Mitchell Marsh. I think he has to bat till the very end, and also the fact that someone from the other end needs to come in and chip in with a few runs also.
And the quick change today, gone are those sweeps and the reverse sweeps out of play. It's more playing with the full face of the bat, trying to counter the turn, trying to play down the wicket, or squarish, and ensure the scoreboard keeps moving.
Yeah, always good to see, even in the shortest form of the game, seeing batsmen hitting down the ground in the wheel. Because there is a single available the moment you do that. Fielders in that direction are long on and long off. So the moment you play that towards the fielder, single is on. So you're playing less number of dot deliveries. It's a little bit quicker from Nasum, just above 90 kilometers per hour to finish the over. Good over, just the 3 runs in that over, 46 for 2.
আপনার চুল .47, 7.45. So there's a number of teams who have not gone beyond 8 runs in an over, the run rate. But there are 5 who've gone 8 or plus. The rest has been 7 plus. So they have struggled. So Mushaka, the new bowler, slipping.
Shoma Sharkar just not landing at a perfect position where the spikes could hold and get the grip to the bowler in the delivery stride.
Keeper standing up behind the stumps. Not a bad call at all, because he doesn't bowl with a lot of pace. And what it does is restricts the batsman to go down the wicket if they're trying to pick up a boundary or trying to look to be aggressive. They just stop in their tracks once you see the keeper right behind the stumps. Easy single. They're in the 10th over now. Australia, they run it of 5.14. You need you talk about rotation of a strike, but you also have to find the right time to put the foot on the accelerator. Who is it going to be to go and look to hit boundaries? What they've done good in this second T20 international is that, as I mentioned earlier, it's a 10th over, but they've only lost 2 wickets, so they have 8 wickets in hand. And that might just work in their favour. Now that should have been put away. He's hit that straight to the fielder. Tanveer Ahmed standing on his 7th T20 international. That's put away. Short and pulled away for the boundary. A welcome boundary for Australia. Coming from the bat of Mitchell Marsh.
It's good that Shoma Sharkar has been called up by Mahmudullah to roll his arm over, and it's going to be an important spell here. 7 bowlers, 7 overs, correction, have already been bowled by the spinners. You need a bowler who can come and bowl the change of pace and also get some overs from Shoma Sharkar. The previous ball, he got a reprieve with the cover region. Next one gets short and punished.
Yes, boy. That's it,
By Masudur Rahman Mukul.
standing in his 90 T20 international. Match referee Niamar Rashid Rahul on the left of the screen, Shoikat on the right. And the man in the deep will cut it off. The single to finish the over. It's a 7 in that over. After 10, Australia 53 for 2.
Oh, yeah.
53 for 2 Australia. Close call there. Nasum going with the arm. Mitchell Marsh trying to cut it to the offside. Had to be a bit quicker. They go pretty lucky there. Getting the outside edge for a single. Down the ground. Not timing it properly. In fact, it's good enough. Close call for 4 or 6. Just thought the fielder could have done better.
That's good use of the feet from Moses Henriquez. Look how he uses his feet, uses the crease, goes on top of the ball and managed to play right straight over the bowler's head. And that probably hit him straight into the advertising boards.
Close call there. Nikadai looks like a 6 for me. Normally a big difference between yesterday's game and today's game. The Australians using their feet, trying to hit straight. Yeah, confirmation. Beautiful shot by Moises Henrique for the first 6. Much slower. Very nicely bowled, pitching middle leg stump, turning towards the off stump. Beaten all ends up, getting the outside edge. Dot ball for Bangladesh. Again using the feet, this time not timing it properly. Any more battling that, would have been curtains for Moises Henriques this time. Beautifully bowled, slower, much slower.
That's very good bowling from Nasum Ahmed. Kept the batsman guessing, used that arm ball really well 2 balls previously. And now he's giving more air to the batsman.
It's good batting by Mitchell Marsh. Making all the risks taken by Moises Henriques. It's important Mitchell Marsh, informed batsman for Australia since the last tour of West Indies, average of 47. Now, Moises Henriques, it's important to take the risk, the calculated risk, to keep the scoreboard ticking. Much quicker. Got delivered to end the 11th over. Australia 62 for 2. Mehdi Hasan just bowling 2 overs, mainly because the off spinner bowling in the 2 right hands in strike. It's the only reason I could think of not being used. And it's pretty important that the left arm spinners of Bangladesh, Shakib Al Hasan and Nazum, keep bowling to the right hands, as well as Mustafizur. It's pretty good at displaying those slow deliveries. Not easy. Not surprisingly, slow ball to start with. This time into the wicket, turning away. It all ends up Mitchell Marsh.
Very well disguised this time by Mustafizur Rahman. Mitchell Marsh had no clue whatsoever. For which this is a very crucial stage of any T20 innings, between after the power play until the 15th over of the innings, where the batsman tends to rotate the strike as well and build up a partnership at the same time, laid that platform to go for the late launch.
Single easily, this time towards mid-on. I guess the plans for the Australians should be one batsman trying to bat at least till the 18th, 19th over, and then get the other batsman to go after the bowling, especially Moises Henriques. He's been striking really well. It's important Mitchell Marsh continue to be the anchor, the batsman around him taking that calculated risk.
Particularly in this sort of pitches, where it's not easy for the newcomers, those who go out there and go and whack the bowlers.
Spot on, Maza. Spot on. At least over or 2 a batsman will take to adjust. Much more bounce this time. Nicely played by Moises Henriques as well. Softer hands. Getting that single. Talking about Mitchell Marsh, we all know how strong he is down the ground. And with a lot of spin being paced, he's not that good sweeping conventionally. If you look at the stats there, down the ground, look at that. There's 41% down the ground and 38% the offside is a ball which is slightly shorter. You look at deep square leg, fine leg, not much. Mainly because he doesn't sweep conventionally, neither he reverse sweeps. It shows Bangladesh done the homework nicely.
Very good point indeed, and he has been in very good touch as well, right from the West Indies series. Grabbed that number 3 position really well. He used to bat at number 6 or 7 previously, but this time he has taken the challenge, and the challenge to bat at the subcontinent, keeping the upcoming World Cup in mind. This is really going to help this man.
It's all about grabbing the opportunity. We spoke about the top Australian batsmen aren't here, and that's why Mitchell Marsh is getting a chance batting at number 3. Usually it's Stephen Smith who bats at number 3, or maybe Glenn Maxwell. Speaking about Moises Henriques, he's born in footballing city of Funchal in Portugal. I was told, Maza, you're a football fan, you're a Portugal fan, Cristiano Ronaldo?
Spot on, man. And talking about football, his father is also a former football player. He used to play professional football. Moses Henriques' father, also known as Mosey.
The important fact is the same place where Ronaldo grew up as well. What a superstar. Played alongside Moises Henriques when he was young, the under-19 World Cup. And he was rapid when he was under-19. Much more quicker. Nowadays, given up bowling mostly, playing as a batsman. It's a good over so far by Mustafizur. Much fuller this time. Easily played towards Super Cup for a single. End of the 12th over. Australia 67 for 2. India, Australia at 4th. And also it's important, all these teams building up to the all-important World Cup coming up. Have form, have momentum going up to the World Cup. And Australia, the last few months, in fact last year or so, have not been having a good time in T20 internationals.
As you see the stats, in the last 3 years, Bangladesh has played just 24 matches, just above Afghanistan, who has played 18 games. West Indies, they have played 45 matches. So New Zealand is coming to Bangladesh. The cricket board has just announced the schedule. Later this year, the Kiwis will come for the 5-match T20 series. It's very important for Bangladesh, these two series, the existing one, the ongoing one against the Aussies, which will be followed by the series against the Kiwis. So the more they play, the better they get. This is the format that they don't play much like they play in the 50-over format, as they rose as a team in the 50-over format after the 2015 World Cup. It's because of the amount of matches they have played at home and away as well.
Very good shot down the ground. Valiant effort by the field that long on, Afif. But that time, Moises Henriques timing it so perfectly, as well as timing, as well as placement.
Pressure was mounting on Moses Henriques. He needed to go there. They've already gone past the 12th over. Still have 8 wickets in hand. He's a powerful lad. He can hit that ball hard.
Much slower. Easily tucked away towards the mid-wicket for a single. Wonderful stroke in the previous ball by Moises Henriques. There you go, using the feet perfectly. Again, the base, striking position, perfect. Easily played towards sweeper cover. This must be a couple of runs. Very good batting by the Australians. Now it shows how easy it can get once the batsmen are settled.
And the good thing about it is the way he is using that feet. We have seen in the previous ball. Now force Shakib to bowl a bit further behind the batsman, so that he had to drag that ball and play that shot.
That was an umpire killer and a bowler killer, isn't it? The previous delivery.
Oh yeah!
Easily played there. Using the crease that time, Mitchell Marsh into the back foot. Partnership 45 of 43 deliveries. Need to get a kick on here. Spoke about 140 being the pass score. Outside edge. No slips there. Much slower by Shakib Al Hasan, but this time no slip to grab that opportunity. End of the 13th over. Australia 77 for the loss of 2 wickets. Very, very close. This time Moises Henriques giving the charge. Shariful Islam seeing him coming down, pitching it short. See him up this time. Very, very close. Very close. Just over the off stump. Just thought Moises Henriques was expecting the slow delivery, and surprised by the quicker delivery.
Not surprised at all from the intent from Moses Henriques though. It's always going to come now.
Bounce. It's good stuff by the young Shariful, under 19 product from 2020 World Cup with Bangladesh won. Team up again. Pretty sure Mitchell Stark, Josh Hazelwood licking their lips, seeing that bounce. Bowling under lights would be tough work for the Bangladeshi openers as well. Two bowlers, lanky fast bowler I should say, in the last game yesterday. We saw the bounce they extracted. Cody this time, much shorter. Mustafizur Rahman at fine leg, had no chance. And an important boundary for Australia.
It was a back of a hand slower from Shoaiful Islam. The idea was right. The previous ball was bowled a bit quicker, so this time he tried to outfox the batsman with a back of a hand slower. It's the line and the length that has been not up to the mark this time for Shoaiful Islam, but he's really developing as a good fast bowler. Just needed to learn from this situation.
Yeah, the line was fault. Length, I thought, at the moment the two batsmen settled in, got to be much shorter. The line could have been much more outside the off stump. This time outside the off stump. Moses Hendricks punched towards extra cover. For easy 2 runs there. This is good stuff by Australia. Spoke about the batsmen who settled in, continuing to bat much as possible. Batsmen to follow. And Ashton Turner, Matthew Wade won't be easy. Coming up.
Matthew Wade, the skipper, the next man in, and then Ashton Turner, Ashton Agar. Someone from these two, Mitchell Marsh and Henriquez, someone has to play till the end.
Very, very well bowled. Don't think Moses Hendricks expected anything short. With pace, Shariful Islam surprising the batsman. Nicely aimed as well. Before the batsman realized, just flew through. It's good stuff by the youngster.
83 for 2 after 13.5 overs. A run rate exactly at 6. Australia haven't been able to score over 140 in their past 6 matches except once. Against India, scored around 190.
Nicely played, crunched towards mid-wicket for a boundary and the over. What a great shot by Moses Hendricks.
লাইফে সব সময় কেউ না কেউ পাশে ছিল বলে আজ
Shakib Al Hasan down the leg side. Should have been a single. That's good fielding. Very good fielding. Containing batsman for a single.
Last ball of the previous over, Moses Henriquez has given that a thump on that one. Fielder deep mid had no clue whatsoever. Just can stand and watch that. That's brilliant bowling from Shakib Al Hasan. Mixed up his pace and outfoxed the batsman Henriquez, who tried to go a slog sweep and missed it completely.
At this time going across the line, Moses Henriquez. Previously trying to hit it 2 straight. And that was the opportunity for Moises to go across the line, but this time missing all ends up. They say bowlers bowl wicket to wicket, you miss, I hit. Exactly what Shakib Al Hasan did. Australia losing a very important wicket and Bangladesh picking up a wicket in crucial time. Moises Henriquez gone for 30. Australia 88 for 3.
বাংলাদেশের প্রায় প্রতি 2টি শিশুর মধ্যে একটি শিশু
Arm with the angle. Shakib Al Hasan showing his experience.
Shakib Al Hasan will not gonna let him go now. The brilliant bowling from Shakib. And the reverse sweep comes up very quickly from Matthew Wade.
Going across the line straight away. As we were talking about before. Now he's missing it completely. Hitting the off stump. Performer Shakib. Nicely bowled. This time Matthew Wade. Just conventional tap towards short extra cover for a single. Any batsman, any format of game needs to get out stock as soon as possible to get that confidence going.
Being a set batsman now, Marsh will be under some sort of pressure now.
Easy single. 3 runs and a wicket to end that over. Australia.
এসে গেল আলে
Over it, Anjum Chopra.
Yeah, he did most of it right. Moses Henriquez went across to the off stump, covered the
probable line that he expected the ball to come to. And we'll just have a confirmation whether the ball, Mitchell Marsh, reached the boundary or not, and then come back to the dismissal. Jimmy.
Yeah, right. Let's have a look at this. It's good effort in the deep. Just seemed to get his hands down. Oh, maybe got a touch on those triangles, the wedges. Look at this. Just seemed, couldn't quite see from this angle. Going to be touch and go, but a good effort. Just feel, just moved at the point of touching his fingertips, might be going the batsman's way, and there it is. 4 runs given, 4 important runs. Need to get a move on. Australia having been bogged down, going at 6.2 runs per over. Mitch Marsh is the man, 42 of 38. He held the innings together, Mitch Marsh, in the first T20 international.
Yeah, he's happy staying on the back foot if he can. That was easy picking the very first ball of Mehdi Hassan's over. Anything on the onside, it's a free hit. And he's well set, Mitchell Marsh.
Going to be a delicate balancing act from now on. Just ensuring that you don't lose wickets and also trying to keep a move on with the run scoring. But if 2 batsmen can do it, they've got them in the middle right now.
He's had his trouble against the spin. Shakib Al Hasan got the better of Moses and Reeds yesterday. Today again, Shakib going slightly closer to the off stump. Just felt he took his eyes off the ball, Moses Henriques.
Well, Bangladesh have been observing the 100th birthday of the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. This is the Bangabandhu T20 series. Just waited for that turn and rode it well. The double celebration last year. 50 years of independence celebration of the Golden Jubilee. There you go. Father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. And last year, continuing the celebration and naming this tournament, Bangabandhu T20 International Series. Short, maybe could have done a little better with that. Cover in the deep. Just the single results from the last ball of the 16th over, 99 for 3.
আচ্ছা
Mitch Marsh on 45. And he's out. He's just went for a big one. A big hike across the line. Got the outside part of the bat. An easy take behind for Chauhan. And he shakes his head. Knew that he didn't pick the right ball to hit.
Stranded again on the same score. Twice in 2 days. Went over the wicket, Shariful Islam. Pitched the ball up. Enticed the big drive from Marsh. Didn't work for him. 45, Mitchell Marsh, the score, personal score, 99 for 4, Australia.
লাইফে সব সময়
Ashton Turner is the new batter in. Now, he hasn't got too much time to bat in the middle. Will take a couple of deliveries maybe to suss out the nature of the wicket and the bowling. And just a very tentative, direct throw might have got him. I think the batsman gave up there. Hands on heads.
That was a quick glance by Turner towards his captain. Just seeking a confirmation whether he was crossing over or not. Matthew Wade really wasn't interested in that quick single. Fortunately for Wade, it wasn't a direct hit from Mahdi. He's a brilliant fielder, Mahdi Hassan. Outstanding. Rarely does he miss. And his miss has allowed Australia to cross over to 100.
Well, it's going to be a difficult task. From now on, at this rate, they'll only reach 122. Imagine a 10 and over. From now on, 136 would be a more practical score they might be targeting at the moment. Got a bit of luck, Matthew Wade. Tries to drag that again, mistiming. It's been good from Shariful, mixed it up very well. Some good short pitch deliveries.
Yes, you're right. He's been mixing the spell of his, this one. First over was very expensive. That's why he was very happy. He changed his end. He was starting to bowl from round the wicket to Mitchell Marsh. Decided to go over the wicket just before the start of the over. Was ably rewarded.
Very tentative, and this is good bowling, very accurate, hardly giving the new batsman particularly any space to maneuver the balls. And every dot ball is going to build up that pressure for the Australian batters.
Yeah, a lot of bowlers, even though in a T20 contest you're playing in the subcontinent, you rely on the change of pace, especially on these wickets here. But for a lot of bowlers, they still feel very confident bowling the full throttle, going with the complete pace out and out, pace attack, seam up.
Yeah, I agree with you, but on occasions like this, when the last one was 109.5, that's when the batsman sort of see the bowler actually releasing at his normal sort of the way he releases, but the ball slows down. That's when you're encumbered. You're not really allowed to use the pace of the ball. But you're absolutely right in the sense we saw Josh Hazlewood and Mitchell Starc really going full hog yesterday, early on. Pays off. It's just the wicket and the conditions that sometimes make bowlers a little more apprehensive and try different things. A push away for a single to finish over number 17. 102 for 4.
স্ট্যাচু আগে লাইফ বয়, তারপর আদর। দেখো এখানে
those stats can be worrisome. You can see from the last 3 T20 series in Asia, except for the 194 for 3 against India and Bengaluru in 2019, they've hardly got any runs on the board. And that seems to be the malaise they're still carrying into this series. Mustafizur Rahman, 1 for 10 in his 2 overs so far. Been absolutely exemplary. Just the ideal pitch conditions. So conducive to his style of bowling. Oh, that was clever. Just saw that initial movement of the batter. Angled it away. See the batsman watching the ball going, seeing whether it's within those guidelines. It was, and it was a dot ball. Another little bit of pressure building up here. Turner, 2 of 5. Something's got to give, I feel here.
Went ahead of Ashton Agar today. Turner. This is important batting position, especially when you lose your top order early. Importance of playing spin when you're playing in the subcontinent, especially. The contest against pace, and the change of pace. 7 overs again today using the power play. Let's say in the first 10 by Bangladesh. Lone over from Shoma Sharkar. Ashton Turner wouldn't be aware of that. He's got an impressive strike rate, doesn't boast of a very good average in T20s. Batting average, that is, against spin. Just being 11.66, that's all right, but a strike rate of 85.36, even if you can get closer to that or better it.
Gone! Again making room outside the line of off stop, trying to swing that away. I felt that something's going to happen, and really, Matthew Wade will be very, very annoyed at himself in trying to try that shot.
Yeah, thinking too fast. Too far much ahead. Australian captain Matthew Wade. Most of his target was the stump, and he managed to get it. Matthew Wade departs for 4. Australia 103 for 5.
Just off. Close to you. Just in middle. Okay.
Ashton Agar joins his namesake. 185 runs into his 36th match. He's got his work cut out. It's excellent bowling here. Oh, is that up in the air? I think he's gone. Another one bites the dust. Very tentative little push from Aga, and the easiest of takes. Oh, they're imploding, Australia.
Yeah, the smile is there of a disbelief from Mitchell Starc. He didn't anticipate the kind of bounce that Mustafiz is going to get from that delivery. A change of pace doing the trick again for Bangladesh. 2-2 for Mustafiz and Bangladesh.
Oh, one that went a little awry. Gets wide.
He bowled well. Ashton Aga was very, very surprised. In all that excitement, Shamim, I mentioned Mitchell Starc. Just trying to imagine who's coming in next for Australia. Correction stands from my end though.
To her is human. Don't you worry about it. Just have a look at this. Just an awkward bounce from, well, it was short of a length, but he's just so tentative. Not quite sure of the bounce. Just put his hand out there, not in any committed manner. Just very tentative. Simple enough behind the wicket. But this man will always deliver the goods. And as I said earlier, the track absolutely conducive to his type of bowling. Is a thinking cricketer, very supple wrists, varies his delivery so very well. He has to check his shot, quickly through for a run, direct hit at the other end. They make it, and it's covered. Overdone, 18 overs completed, 105 for 6. It's a sorry-looking scorecard for Australia. Deciding to bat first. Philippa Carey going early. Only fight back from Mitch Marsh. Similar score to the first T20 international. Pretty lights. Not very pretty for Australia in the middle at the moment. Slows it down very nicely, but watched it carefully and gets a single. Tafizur Rahman, just that supple wrist I was talking about, but I thought that wasn't a wise option. Really going wide outside the off stump and trying to play it not within reach at all. Look at that, where he's standing. Very unlike Wade. He was elated, and why not? he was annoyed with himself more than anything else. Captain Ashton Turner and Mitchell Stark do worried, pensive faces. Mr. Langer there. Can't believe what's going on here. Well, little wicket catcher is the call, and it's dropped into the hands. Another delivery that foxed with the pace and just tried to hit it over the top, only spooned it away for a simple catch.
Yeah, not happy at all. Displeased with their own effort. Did that movement, initial movement, going back into the crease, and then unsure whether to go full throttle hard at the ball or just place it. Shariful Islam is not complaining, not at all. He's happy with the comeback that he's shown in this game. Turner departs for 3 on a 6 for 7 Australia.
Australia losing wickets in a hurry. Full toss, he tried to bowl the Yorker, just overdoing it slightly. Did well to play down the ground. Every run so very precious. Australia getting out at this score yesterday. This is the wicket. Just dropped it short again, and he's just standing his ground. No footman movement towards the ball, and Mahmudullah Riyad lined himself up very, very nicely. Initially he had to move backwards, but then that reverse cup Aussie style, taking an Aussie wicket. And he moves again, doesn't get a hold of it. Once again foxed with that slow delivery.
And all the batters are just looking to hit the ball hard. Yes, Bangladesh has not allowed Australia to get off the blocks easy, especially after, or let's say apart from that partnership of 57 between Mitchell Marsh and Moses Henriques. But apart from that, just feel that every batter coming in wants to hit the ball hard, not allowing themselves the time to place it, to rotate, strike and get themselves more accustomed to the nature of the pitch.
It's not only trying to hit the ball hard, even trying something like this, exposing your intentions so early. The bowler had ample opportunity. Just try and ensure that he doesn't get underneath that scoop he is attempting. Intelligent, you know. Pace bowlers hardly have any time at the last moment to spot the movement, the trigger movement of the batters, and then adjusting. And Utai is in there, facing his first delivery. He will be very, very apprehensive. Oh, again, tentative little push. It does get a single to open his account and also finish the 19th over. 110 for 7. Couple of wickets early on, and then that partnership that Anjum was mentioning, and then a cluster of wickets. 2 of 2 balls from Mustafizur Rahman have really pegged back, not allowed Australia to build those big buildings which were needed for a big score. Into the last over of the innings. Mustafizur Rahman, 3 for 13. Up in the air now, 2 fielders converging on it, but no one's going to get to it. Whoops. Covered there. Good work. One covering the other.
He was standing ready. Ball being pitched up, didn't matter whether it was a change of pace or the full speed run from Mustafiz. 116.3 kilometers per hour from Mustafizur Rahman.
He's down the leg side. I don't think he's going to get a response from the umpire. It's going to be signalled, I think, as a leg bite. It seemed to be drifting down leg. Don't see a signal as yet. As the signals come from Tanveer Ahmed.
This is very good bowling from Bangladesh. Excellent. They know the conditions, yes, but playing according to the conditions and bowling to their strength is the other.
He's trying to get hold of it, gets an inside part of the bat. That's going to go rather a streaky shot, but a very welcome boundary.
It's taken 25 deliveries for Australia to find the boundary. It's not been an easy going. At the end of the 16th over, they were 99 for 3. And they're struggling at 117 at the moment, 7 down. That middle order hasn't fired yet again for Australia.
I didn't give the batsman the credit for that shot. I think he deliberately whipped it away, which is good. Oh, that's clever. It was short, it was slow. It's too good for the batter. Well, the whole load of happy people there up in the president's box. The president, Najmul Hassan of the board, really enjoying what Bangladesh have achieved so far. It's half the work done. They have to come back and get the runs when the bat in the second half. But good work by the bowlers. Oh, that's too wide, and he actually could have let go. Reached for it, got the toe end. Look at that commitment. 3 guys chasing that ball.
Yes, Mitchell Starc knows it. He knows it. And he went too far away from his reach. Could have been an extra. And could have been in one more extra delivery that he could have tried to throw his bat at had he let that one go. Last ball coming up.
Oh, he's got to go. And Mahmudullah Riyad knows it. He's just asking one of his fielders to move just at... don't see anyone particularly moving at long on and long off. He wants one of them to get straighter. Anyway, here it is, the last ball. It's gone for it, didn't get hold of it. Scampering through for the first run, going through for the second one quickly. Here comes the throw, and they've made it. 2 runs to finish the innings, 11 from that over. A decent one for Australia, and they end up at 121 for 7 in their 20 overs.
Matthew Wade wanting to bat first, put runs on the board. He felt that was a...
বসুন্ধরা